Hey guys, I know it's been a minute, but Undisputed just dropped 9 tips to improve Undisputed gameplay, and it's got some gameplay, so I thought we would react to it together. Obviously, let me get it up to 1440p. Obviously, I'll be posting the beta tomorrow night. I've just been going through some stuff, so I haven't been posting. But yeah, we're just gonna watch this together and yeah, see what's up. Just gonna yeah, hope for some improvements.
What is up, fight fans? Today we will be breaking down 9 tips to help you level up your game in Undisputed. Let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Directional bone. Also, I think this is great that they're showing stuff off like this, so people aren't going in completely blind. That's what I kind of tried to do with the first beta, talking about the controls. But I'm glad that they're doing stuff like this. I'm also noticing some serious HUD differences right off rip. This cut head, center head, right head. Okay. Also notice that this one says Rackzilla and this one is Boxing Fanatico, so it's actually
Directional punches allow you to strike while simultaneously moving your fighter to a desired location. This mechanic can
also, they've removed the horrible green tint, thank God. It doesn't look like I'm in the Matrix anymore.
be used by simply moving your analog stick up, down, left, or right while punching. Use directional punches to step back onto your back foot while punching your opponent. Use it to step or pivot to each.
I think that was one of the things that I did learn in the first beta, was the back step jab or back step straight, the check hooks, things like that. That was actually something I did learn in the first beta, but hopefully they'll teach me something
Side of your opponent, allowing you to create advantageous angles, or use it to be aggressive and step in from out of range to surprise your opponent with a quick attack. Directional punches give you the ability to control where you are in the ring while simultaneously making your opponent pay for being overly aggressive.
Jab.
That jab's looking like it's got a little bit more pop on it, which is nice. My biggest thing is I'm just waiting to see the damage. I love attacking the body in boxing, especially in boxing games, in real life in boxing, when I fight or spar. I love attacking the body, and the first beta you weren't rewarded for that. So I'm hoping in this one, I'm sure they weren't going to talk about it here. That's just something I wanted to talk about quickly. Oh man.
Your fighter can mix up their shots by punching the head as well as the body. Holding the left.
Oh, did you see Roy Jones' straight do that like he used
Mix
to?
up their shots by punching the head as well as the body. Holding the left bumper will allow your fighter to throw direct body shots. Body shots are available for all punch types. Mixing up your attacks with high and low punch combos will keep your opponent on their toes. Remember,
look how Roy Jones on the bottom left, look how his stamina bar jumps up. It doesn't go up gradually, it jumps up.
with high and low punch combos will keep your opponent on their toes. Remember, the head moves, but the body doesn't.
Definitely looks a lot better than the first beta, I'll just say that off rip.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
I've got to be maximum respect to the matchmaker, because these guys are perfectly matched, skill for skill.
Same Johnny Nelson commentary. Shut the fuck up. Also, there's a block meter down there by Nigel Benn's HUD, which is pretty cool.
Put out. Now this fight will say,
Punches.
Add some sting to your punches by making them a power punch. Every punch can be turned into a
He is throwing that from outside the venue. That he is grabbing a car from outside the venue in it and throwing the heat with that.
power punch, which will deal more damage to your opponent, but it is slower to throw. You can throw a power punch
I like how Roy Jones, when he's between throwing them, he's like kind of got that loose arm swagger
to your opponent, but it is slower to throw. You can throw a power punch by holding the right bumper while throwing a punch. Be smart when using the power punch modifier. You don't just want to throw bombs all the time, as you can be open to counters and spend a lot of your stamina if you start whiffing shots. Make sure to surprise your opponent to catch them with a well-timed power punch.
A little bit messy.
The referee might want to step in here. He's got his
Round 1, less than a minute in, rocked. Flash stuns, good to see.
eyes on him. That one will count.
Your basic defense is broken up into 3 mechanics: weave, slipping, and blocking. Weaving is moving your upper body and head with full 360 control as a way of avoiding punches. You're able to weave in any direction, and you can hold your weave and adjust your position
Kind of just waiting to see if his beats per minute, his heart rate goes up.
without leaving weave. Pressing the left trigger while moving the left analog stick will plant your feet and move your head in the direction you choose. Weave is very useful if you get cornered or trapped, especially if your opponent is feeling confident in their attack and throwing a lot of punches. You can also use weave to open up counter shot opportunities from any position.
10 seconds to go.
Slipping is quick.
Now this is something I actually use more than the weave. The weave only felt useful somewhat on the inside in the first beta. This I used a lot while like coming to a stop. So if I was entering the inside, I would slip down like to roll under someone's hooks, and that worked. I had good success with that.
Moving your body and head to avoid a punch and can be done in 4 directions in Undisputed: forward, backward, left, and right. Slipping can be done by moving the left analog stick in any direction while simultaneously clicking the left analog stick in. Slips work very well for punches that you see coming at the last second and are a great way to negate a fast and snappy attack from your opponent. With slips, you can move out of the way immediately and return fire with devastating results. But be careful, because slipping too often will quickly...
I hate to be a nitpicker, but most of these slips they're showing are out of range. I get the tip that they're giving, but most of them are out of range. I think only 2 of them out of all these slips have actually been useful. I get they're just showing it, but I look forward to actually seeing people utilize it as a tool instead of just like showing that basic movement when Nigel Benn's miles out of range. Like in some of these shots, he's not landing that. Like, he's not ever going to land that.
Be careful, because slipping too often will quickly drain your stamina.
Will it?
Swing and a miss with that hook. This has been a very competitive round.
See, these are good. These are good slips. See, those ones, that's just literally, they've just right away just proved me wrong straight away, but that's kind of the thing I want to see.
When all else fails on defense, you're going to need to block, which simply means to use your hands and arms to block shots to your face and body. Block can be used by holding the right trigger. Blocking the body can be done by holding the right trigger and moving the right analog stick down, or pressing the body punch modifier, the left bump.
That's what I use. I use the block and body modifier. I don't like messing with the sticks for blocking or punching, so I just stick with that one.
Defending the open pockets can be done by holding the right trigger and holding the weave button, which plants your feet simultaneously while moving your block by using the left analog stick. Blocking is the safest defensive tool to use. It protects your fighter from punches without having to react too aggressively.
We're seeing some inside fighting there, like I know they're not throwing a lot, but they're pushing gloves with one another, which is good to see.
Tool to use. It protects your fighter from punches without having to react too aggressively to your opponent's offense, making it a massively useful tool to help you get on the inside or escape the inside while protecting yourself at all times. But don't get too complacent when blocking, as punches can go high, low, or even bleed through your guard. You're going to have to get creative with your block to make it an effective shield. Make sure to use your block to move your guard around to the rhythm of your opponent's punches, or to favor a specific location like a cut or damaged body part. Make sure to play around with the weave and block triggers to figure out how to defend yourself effectively.
Did some damage. Good looking right hook, but that was blocked.
A punch becomes a counter punch when you're able to avoid one of your...
I have to say, with the tip thing coming up and like the actual thumbnail, I'm hoping that this is their step in that direction to like more high quality content like this. Like I was so sick of not seeing thumbnails, and that's a really petty detail, but That was one thing that always really bugged me. I couldn't tell you why, it just does. But I'm loving the high quality of this video.
Your opponent's punches and then quickly return with a punch of your own. In Undisputed, landing a counterpunch will increase the damage dealt and increase the chance of a flash daze, knockdown, or knockout. This is done by simply using any of the defensive and evasive mechanics in the game, then quickly following with a punch of your own. Counterpunching can help you easily control your opponent and make them think twice before being reckless with their offense. Make them miss, then make them pay.
Oh, and a heavy shot, and you can see his legs are, and he just knocked it down.
Loose movement.
Okay. It's going to be very cool because it's going to have Roy Jones Jr. It's going to look very cool. However, I'm just going to say this. If he doesn't point out what the negatives are to it, I don't see the point of it at the moment. In the first beta, there was no negatives to it. You were quicker. You could plant your feet fast. You weren't weaker. There was no negatives to using it. So I'm hoping there's going to be some kind of negatives to using it. Back when I went to play long ago in March, they mentioned that you are more vulnerable. I did not experience that in the first beta. You could use loose movement for the entire fight and not be in any danger whatsoever.
Movement is a secondary movement set attached to fighters in Undisputed that enables them
Roy Jones looks very cool though.
to move more freely than they usually would. Loose movement can be toggled on and off by pressing up on the D-pad. The loose movement toggle allows you to move gracefully around the ring to get in and out of range, as well as move into angles much more smoothly than in the standard footwork. You also gain a higher knockdown chance against your opponent, but be careful because it comes with a risk-reward system where your opponent also gains a higher knockdown chance against you when you're in loose movement. Make sure to use loose movement when up against an overly aggressive opponent or if you want to cover the distance quickly.
Neither fighter wanting to go inside yet. Willing to just box on the outside so far. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
You know what, these guys have had all the hype and everything around them, and well deserved because they're so
Your fight.
Okay. Now let's see if there's negatives to stamina. Because if you guys remember the first beta, you could have this much stamina and you would be fine.
Fighters' stamina levels impact a wide range of things in game, including punch speed, damage taken, and the chance of you being knocked down, which means that managing your stamina is essential for effective fighting. Your stamina level is displayed as a white bar above your fighter's name. This shows you both short-term stamina loss and max stamina. Your short-term stamina is displayed as the brighter white stamina bar, and it's the stamina bar that directly impacts the things that I previously mentioned, like punch speed and damage taken. Your max stamina bar is the grayer stamina bar displayed underneath the short-term stamina, and this is the upper limit available for your short-term stamina. That means as you drain your max stamina throughout the fight, the amount of short-term stamina you'll have
Okay, I was going to say, how many body shots is Nigel Benn going to take there on no stamina? 3 before being rocked. I'm happy with that.
also gets smaller. Both of your stamina bars are impacted by a wide variety of things, including throwing punches,
I like that with Roy Jones is straight, he leans over the front foot.
are impacted by a wide
Like that, you see? See how his shoulder is kind of in line with that front foot slightly over? I like that.
variety of things, including throwing punches, getting hit, and between round recovery. If you fully deplete your short-term stamina and continue to do things like throw punches or get hit, your max stamina will deplete more quickly. Those were 9 tips to help you level up your game in Undisputed. Good luck, and we'll see you in the ring.
Very well made video. I already see gameplay improvements, HUD improvements, sounds like they've improved things like damage, punch connection, negatives and positives to certain things, countering loose movement, which sounds fantastic. Yeah, I feel like the community and my own personal hype has been kind of dead after the first beta, somewhat underwhelming, as I mentioned in my positive and negative video. I had a lot of negatives for it, but I feel like this video has brought some hype back, and I am excited to get into the beta tomorrow, give it a go, and yeah, if you guys are going to be able to play, then all I ask is if you run into me, please try and play as realistically as possible, because I don't want to face any more same arm hook spammers like in the first beta. But yeah, I definitely be praying for no constant Roy Jones Jr. mirror matches. But yeah, I definitely am looking forward to it more than I was 16 minutes ago before I started watching this video. So yeah, well done, great video made. I'm glad they got rid of the green filter on this gameplay that should load in a second. Looks good. I'm honestly excited. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow night when I post my first gameplay on the Undisputed second beta. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.